What's up, my friend? I'm gonna promote you up here real quick. Oh, send you that invite on.
Uh,
Send you
Join.
an- There you go. Perfect.
There we go.
What's up,
There it
man?
is. Hey, what's up, baby? How's it
How you
going,
doing,
man?
dude?
It's good. How are you doing?
I'm good, dude. I'm good. I've been very scattered over the past few weeks, all over
Yeah.
the country, but trying to close on this house down here in St. Pete.
Yeah.
Still not all the way done with it, but luckily Tyler, one of our community members, is the student or one of our students, the seller that I'm actually buying it from. So I'm like, you know what? I need a place to do these live streams. So here we are in the house.
Yeah. Hey, dude. Heck yeah. Let's go,
Yeah,
man. This is cool. So
yeah.
where are you located at?
I am in St. Petersburg, Florida, St. Pete,
Oh yeah.
just Palmetto, about 25, 30 minutes away. We're in the process of moving this direction. What about yourself?
I'm in St. Joe, Kansas City, Missouri area.
Kansas City, Missouri. I
Yeah.
I drove
Right in the heart
through
of the
it.
Midwest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I drove.
You've been there before.
Well, I hit a workout at a gym there on the way through.
Nice.
I drove out to Washington in early February
Yeah.
and then all the way back in late February. So it was quite a month of driving for us for sure, but we went straight through Kansas City.
Yeah. Yeah, good deal. That's good. It's not a bad little area. I actually enjoy it.
Yeah. Have
Wholesaling
you?
there is great.
Yeah, it's been a very active market for us. I know that much.
Yeah.
Even prior to that, we've been doing some deals there. Are you born and raised there in Kansas City, or wants to
Born and
go back
yeah.
to yourself?
Yeah, I guess it's just born and raised in St. Joe, man. Born and
Oh,
raised right here in St. Joseph, Missouri. Yeah. It's actually where I get most of my deals at is right here in St. Joe.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what did you do? Let's just kind of start with your career, I guess, prior to real estate. What have you done to get to this point?
So really, man, I sold cars for 2 years. So I sold new and used Chevys, everything. We had Buicks. It was a franchise store, so we could pull off of any sister stores, new and used. So yeah, I just sold cars for 2 years, and I was I left that to try and do something else, and I just kind of found my way back to sales, and that was through wholesaling. So yeah.
Cool. Sorry, I'm trying to share this link out so we can get more people jumping
Yeah,
on
you're
here.
good.
It's
You're
the
good.
same link every day, all the time. I don't know.
Heck
People got to ask me for the link every day, but we just got that dropped out. So
yeah.
sorry, let me run the answer back by again. Sorry,
Yeah,
I wasn't.
yeah.
So prior to real estate, you did what exactly? You said sales?
Yeah, so I was in car sales for 2 years. Yeah.
Car sales.
Sold new and
There.
used Chevys. Yeah.
Car
Yeah.
sales is the only thing I did. I sold a lot of stuff in my day. Cars is the one thing I didn't get into mostly because even without ever being in the industry, I heard you're like a used car salesman because I
Yeah,
was just
yeah.
slanging stuff, right? I was
Yeah.
always just good at hustling and making deals. But I never
Yep.
actually did the cars, but you had success doing it?
Yeah. Success in car sales, man. I was averaging like 12 cars a month. Now, that's not like crazy, right? I know guys that are doing like 15 and like 16, 30 cars a month. So 12 is what I did for like 12 on average for those 2 years. And now that took a lot. I mean, at the time I thought it was a lot of work, but looking back now after wholesaling, I'm like, man, I could go back and just kill it. I'd just crush it, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah,
destroy that business. Yeah, for sure.
that's cool, dude. Well, because once you learn the foundations of sales and like the psychology behind what you're doing,
Yeah.
you can really sell anything. Like
Yeah.
I've sold gym memberships, roofs, cell phones, digital marketing services, real estate,
Yep.
um, all kinds of different stuff. Because once you learn
Yeah.
how to communicate, it's just really following the same tracks and
Yep.
getting people there. So you
Yeah,
sold
that's it.
all kinds of cars, and then you
Yep.
went straight from there to real estate. So like that's the only sale, like that's the only career.
Uh Kind of pretty much, so like in between there, I worked as a utility locator. And when I was locating utilities, I had so much, I had a lot of free time. I did. I just had a lot of free time, and I was actually trading stocks while I was while I was a utility locator, and that was like my first lick of like freedom. You know, my first experience of like um, freedom. You know, I just
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it was that was the first time I ever experienced like something that caliber. So after that, you know, I was just kind of looking for like not not get rich quick schemes, you know, but that's what kept popping up, you know. And
Right.
wholesaling was one of them. And my buddy just so happened to be a wholesaler here in town, and we connected, and he kind of put me onto this track, and I just started going off from there. You know, I put it all into on my first deal. I went all in. You know, I quit my job. I was living in such an abundant mindset at the time whenever I first quit my job because I got that first deal. You know, I just could just see the potential of earning more, and man, it was scary at sometimes. Uh, dude, wow, it's like the umbilical cord getting clipped off, man. Whenever you're facing it, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
How
we
much did
quit,
you
and
make
then
on the first deal?
the first deal, you're gonna think I'm crazy. Are you ready? It
Tell
was
me.
$3,000.
$3,000, and that's what made you
Yeah,
just open up your belief of what you could do.
I said, hey, I'm done. You know, I was working for someone else, and I was like, dude, you know what? I just scored myself back, you know, potentially 3 weeks right here. So I'm
Uh,
gonna go all in, dude.
love
And
that.
I just did it. I just went all in, and I just kept. Well, the second deal that I got, I ended up hiring a virtual assistant, and then uh, automating lead generation from there, and it's just compounded interest since then. Yeah.
Sounds like we are cut from the same cloth there because one of the things that we teach and train people a lot with deal
Yeah.
makers is how to get the first deals through manual effort and then take that
Hmm.
money and begin to put it into other avenues that will allow you to scale that are more
Yeah.
controllable.
Yeah,
And
that's the reason why people are just constantly looking for the next deal. Like they're always on like this race. If they don't look for systems to put in place to automate a little bit of lead generation, at least a little bit, then you're just going to be constantly in a foot race all the time. All the time.
oh yeah, it's called the hamster wheel, the
The
marketing
hands, yeah.
sale
Yep.
hamster wheel.
Yep.
When I got into real estate here, all I had ever done prior to this is the marketing hamster wheel. It's part of the reason why Zach and I fit together so well as partners because he's experienced that same thing of like, all right, I build this marketing, I go, I run it, I get a new client, okay, I fulfill on that client, I make a cash out, hoorah, now do it
Yep.
again over and over and over and over again. So
Yeah.
I got into wholesaling. I'm like, all right, well, I certainly don't want to like just spend all day on the phones. I want to build a system that can go larger, right? I had the flexibility to have money to play with. So, right,
Yeah.
instead of putting time, I put in money. We
Yeah.
built a call center team of VAs, same thing that you're talking about. I want to automate the lead generation movement. So I think it's super important early on when you can make
Yeah.
money to allocate a certain portion to marketing. And this is where a lot of people, the reason why they stay on that hamster wheel is because they make money and all of it goes right out. Now, don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. I understand
Yeah.
life is expensive right now. And if you live in
Yeah.
Florida, well, I went out to Seattle too. So Seattle
Yeah.
was bonkers. But like
Really.
Florida is expensive. All over is
Hmm.
expensive, right? I
Yeah.
pay about $1,500 a year for tolls for just
Yeah.
driving across the state of
Oh
Florida,
my goodness, dude.
right? So it's like life is expensive out there. I know we all got bills. We're making money. We got to pay the things down.
Yep.
But it's super important to put it back into marketing. If you haven't
Yeah.
ever read the book Richest Man in Babylon, and you guys out there listening, you should, right? It talks about
Yeah.
how to allocate a budget so that you put money to where you need to. So on this side, budgeting for marketing is important. So you made the 3 grand. Now I know
Hmm.
that that doesn't sound like the biggest home run in the world, but you got the
Yeah.
deal done. You
I
got
got it. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then you immediately hired a VA, right? So how much out
Yeah.
of the 3 grand, what portion of that did you use to hire a VA?
So after no, it was so I got that 3 grand, and then I just put like I really didn't buy. With the 3 grand, I did buy some business cards, and I bought door hangers for driving for dollars and things like that. But I actually didn't get a purchase a VA service yet until I got my second deal. So that's whenever I was like, all right, I learned from. using that 3 grand, I just kind of let it go to waste. I was like, man, I need to do something with this next one. And that's whenever I just locked in right there. Yeah. I love it, man. This is the best business I've ever been in for
Was the
sure.
second one a little bit larger for you? What did the second deal look like?
The second deal was 7K. So I made 10K within the first 3 months. 10
Nice.
grand. Yeah.
And you did that on your own. How did you generate those
Yep.
leads when you first get started?
Yep. So the first lead was driving for dollars, and I like to think that God kind of given me this opportunity. I don't like to think, I know that's what it is, you know.
There we go. There we
Um,
go.
because he what happens is, you know, I think that he talks to me like through like a series or like a sequence of coincidences or like things that would be considered lucky. You just kind of
Right.
got to look at it and be like, man, why does this keep happening, you know? And then you move forward. But my first day driving for dollars, I was actually able to find a lady who was outside cleaning the outside of her house, and her brother knew somebody that was looking to sell his house. And that's how, what I did was I left her a business card, which was my friend's business card at the time, because we were driving for dollars together. And that night I was praying. It was like the first time I ever really like prayed, you know. It was like I've had prayers and stuff before, but never like real, like really like deep. And I was just like, man, God, please tell me, you know, if this is it, I want to know something. Like, give me a sign, just a sign. And like 20 minutes later, the lady's calling my friend, and my friend's calling me like, dude, guess what? We got a property that we can wholesale. Da, 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 da. It was like, it fit perfectly. So, you know, within the first, like, we closed like 3 weeks after we put it under contract. So, yeah, the first day driving for dollars, my
You
first
do all of
deal.
that yourself? So you drove for dollars, you generated a lead,
Yeah,
then
with
you
my buddy.
negotiated the
Yeah.
deal?
Yeah, well, I negotiate. Oh yeah, I negotiated the deal. I brought the lead to the desk, negotiated the deal, but I had mentor to helping me sign, like, you know, like what part of the contracts to get done and what, you know, who to give the deal to. Like I had to go to title and stuff. That was all new to me at the time. But yeah,
Love it. Love it.
yeah,
So I
yeah,
love that first off that you're an action taker in going to drive for dollars. I
hmm
know Hans just jumped on. He's probably on the phone with the seller, which is why he doesn't have his camera on. But
yeah,
I know he got most of his first deals through driving for dollars, going out.
yeah,
Like when you don't have a bunch of money to put into something, you have to be willing to put in time and effort. And so
hmm
a lot of times that's driving for dollars. On my side, I in other industries would knock on doors for a bit, and solar and roofing, we did that. And like that was
yeah.
my grind time, right? To be out there doing.
Nice, good for you. Yeah, that's some real work right there,
It is hard. It didn't take
dude.
long. Let me not take too much of that credit because it did not take long, like not long at all in comparison
Yeah,
for me
yeah,
to be like, you know what? I'm going back to the phones because in the gym, my gym days, we worked the phones. We made cold
yeah.
out, we generated leads, we talked to people. That's how I learned how to sell stuff.
Yep.
So it didn't take long for I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna not do this whole drive around, walk around, bang on doors thing. I'm gonna pick up the phones. We started building the
Yep.
call center teams and things
Yep.
we grew for us
Nice. Hmm.
from there. But I think it's important to be an action taker. You got to start somewhere. And if you don't
Yeah.
have the money to go put in, like, build a call center team or run a bunch of advertising initially,
Yep.
you go out and you do the things. And so if you're more
Yeah.
comfortable knocking on doors, pull a local pre foreclosure list,
Hmm.
go out there and say hello face to face. If
Yep.
you're comfortable on the phones, work with deal makers. We'll help you
Yep.
pull a list and
Yeah.
call and do as much as you possibly can. That's what it's all about, is taking action.
That is. Yeah, dude. That's it.
That's what I love. That's what I love to see. You got that deal. You said within the first one's in 3 weeks, right?
Yeah. Yeah. We closed 3 weeks after we put it under contract. Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
find the buyer yourself as well? Like you're doing the whole thing?
I found no. So I had a buddy at the time. He was an agent, and he was actually able to bring me a buyer for it. Yeah. Yeah. And
Oh,
he
there's
took
something from there.
no cut out of the deal. So he's a blessing to me, man. Yeah.
That's a great partner right there. I'd say
Yeah.
for
He
sure.
was a good partner to me. His name was Luis Hidalgo. I won't forget his name. Yeah.
There you go. That's a
Yeah.
good, you did right by you.
Yeah.
Well,
For sure.
if it's, dude, it's all about JV, honestly. Like
Yeah.
if you want to make yourself a high paying sales job, then do it by yourself. Generate leads, close deals yourself. You'll make good
Hmm.
money. You'll
Yeah.
work a sales job, right? But if
Yep.
you want to build a scalable business, if you want to do something that will grow, you do
Hmm.
it together with other people, period.
Yep.
Like even in the meeting that I just took was with one of our partners, Garen, and like I'm great at the lead generation stuff. I'm great at the community, right? Pulling people together and getting them to take action. He's great at the real estate stuff. He's great
Yeah.
at closing, negotiating.
Yeah.
He crushes it with the novation strategy and makes my life much easier. If I had to
Yeah.
do all of the stuff that he does, we wouldn't do as much as we do now. And if he
Yeah.
had to do all the things that I do, we
Yeah.
also wouldn't do as much
Yeah.
as
It's the beauty of business, man. Yeah.
balance
Yeah.
and part.
Putting people in positions we know that they're good at doing instead of trying to take over those positions to save a buck, put someone in that position to do it. So that way you can delegate those tasks out. That's a big one. Yeah. A
So
lot of people try to be an island in their business where they're trying to do everything, you know.
yes. Can y'all hear my Facebook Messenger ringing right now? Can y'all hear this?
I didn't hear it, no.
It's like my computer's ringing, but like it doesn't show me anything. It's like on do not disturb
Yeah.
at 11
No,
and a half. Oh,
for
good.
sure.
So if it's you out there,
Yeah,
call
dude.
Facebook, somebody out there, stop calling me on
Yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm live right
I was
now.
getting that call too. Yeah.
Oh,
You're good.
maybe it's your call in here because I don't like my phone.
No, I was earlier, but not now. Not right now. No.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
hopefully they quit this
Yeah.
ringing.
Cool, dude.
Well, all right, there's the end of that. Sorry, I couldn't think straight with it ringing in my face.
You're good,
So, all
brother.
right, cool. So, how long ago was that you got started? I saw your post recently that you started to pick up
Yeah.
some success and see some other stuff
Yeah.
happen.
It was like a year and like 5 or 6. I don't really. It was like a year and some change ago. It wasn't quite 2 years yet. It hasn't been quite 2 years, but I've been doing it full time. So yeah,
Nice.
it's
And
been
so,
very good.
what does your business look like now? You're having some success. I saw
Yeah.
there where you're having some cool things happen. Why don't you share a little bit about that?
Yeah, so basically I just kind of snapped photos of each one of, not all of them. I haven't been able to get every single one, but I was able to snap photos of each check that I was able to get through wholesaling so that way I can have those accolades to show. Um which obviously I've posted those a few times before, and it brings me more of like a social presence that I'm able to like show that I'm for real. I'm a real wholesaler, and end buyers tend to trust me a little bit more than the people that are online, just talking, because I add a bunch of people and they see the stuff that I'm doing. They see that I'm actually wholesaling. They see that I'm bringing deals and closing deals. So then they want to get in on whatever deals I've got.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I post those kind of things. But yeah, I've closed 13 since I've started, and two of
Nice.
those being sub twos. I actually assigned one, and then we bought one sub two as a fourplex. We bought it
Nice.
on sub two. Yeah, that was the first sub two that I've done. Yeah, had a mentor with that one. Yeah, heck
Yeah.
yeah,
Are
man.
you in the sub two community with Pace?
I'm not. I'm not. My mentor that helped me close on that one was a student of Pace Morbies. Yeah,
I'm in sub two.
yeah,
That's the reason why I asked because like I joined I joined sub two, and that's what really kicked off this whole thing for me. Not really
yeah,
because of all the real estate knowledge, but because like Pace is definitely great at what he does. But
yeah,
in my opinion, the thing that he's greatest at is marketing. Like the
yeah,
reason why he is who he is because of what he's doing on social and the community development and stuff.
yeah,
So
yeah.
like I
There's a
learned
lot
a
of
lot of
things to take from him. Yeah, a lot.
that
Yeah,
stuff.
I
I feel like
watch his stuff, but I'm not like a student or nothing. I do pay close attention to the things he does. Watch it.
well,
I
the
watch
things
his
that
YouTube
he
videos and
teaches
stuff too.
now he does a lot more in-depth trainings. It's definitely super valuable and some of the stuff.
Yeah,
But like at its core, just like the
yeah,
creative finance stuff, it's just another like it's a concept that everybody should learn to put and play when needed. I think
yeah,
if you just like, hey, I'm gonna build a creative finance wholesale business, I would look a different route because you're gonna make small spreads and you're not gonna get a big payday, but it's a good tool to
yeah,
have when you're talking to sellers to
yep.
be able to use so that you can help everybody. That's
Oh
just
yeah,
most important, using it
that's
to help people.
yeah,
So it's cool that you
yeah,
did.
for
And
sure.
you said you held on to the one that was a fourplex.
Yeah, the fourplex. We held on to that, and then we sold it like I think it was like 4 or 5 months later. It was So we bought it at 160, and actually we got him to agree to terms and stuff. But we brought a lender in to cover the down payment, and he just took position in the fourplex pretty much. And when we sold, he took his money back, and then obviously the profit, that some of the profit that we made. Yeah, but that was a good experience to have. It was really good to have. We bought it for 160 and painted it up, and like 4 or 5 months later, it appraised for 206. Or it was like 204 or something like that. Yeah, beautiful.
Ever done
Yeah.
innovation?
Do what?
Have you ever done innovation?
I haven't, but I know I need to get into those, man. I know I need to. Yeah. I see
Yeah.
you guys doing so much on those, bro. I need to
Oh,
get
yeah,
I
we
need
have.
I know. I need to do it too.
Oh, the
I
cool thing
know.
about novations, dude, is that we don't have to close on it twice. So it makes the whole deal cheaper to get in and out of.
Yeah.
And therefore, everybody around us and the seller makes more
Hmm.
money. So
Oh, yeah.
basically what you just said right there. But instead
Hmm.
of closing on it and holding it for 4 months and then doing it, we
Yeah.
essentially partner with the sellers.
Hmm.
Then me and our partners will bring the capital to do whatever rehab. Generally, it's a slight rehab. Normally, not much. I shouldn't say rehab. It's like a refresh, like a
Yeah.
coat of paint and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
on.
Some carpet or something, right? Yeah. Some new windows here and
Sometimes
there.
we have a few right now that we're doing novation rehabs where it's probably no more than like $40,000 or so in like actual rehab. But those are obviously going to take 4, 5, 6 months to end up like all the way through the process and get paid out because of the
Yeah.
time to rehab
Yeah.
to sell
Hmm.
it. But like with a standard novation, we are able to get the seller more money because instead of having to go get a hard money loan or DSCR or anything like that, we are able to just get to an agreed upon price point with the seller. And then whatever above that we sell it for, that's what we make for it. So
Yeah.
like it's definitely
Damn.
been.
Yeah. I know I need to dive in on those for sure. Just a couple extra steps, but that's nothing crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
and a couple extra steps on the negotiation, but it actually is a much heftier, like backside fulfillment process, which is why I think that we have a really solid setup of what we're doing with our community here because they
Yeah.
generate the opportunities. We do the hard, tedious stuff, like getting the photos, getting it listed, managing the open house, working
Yeah.
with an agent to get it sold,
Hmm.
disseminating it through social media as needed, all that stuff that's tedious and slow moving. That's
Right.
what actually earns the big bucks, but takes more time. So we do all of that stuff and we let everybody else just focus on talking to sellers. So like for example, right now, if you leave tomorrow and you go talk to a seller and you're like, hey, I can't get them on a cash deal, I can't get a creative deal, but you can possibly work a novation structure, like well, let's partner on it and let's get that deal
Yeah.
done.
Let's
Make
do it.
another deal just for bringing that opportunity. So that's
Yeah.
really what it's all about, man. Collaboration and working with others that are doing well, man. So
Yeah. That's true. That's what
Yeah,
I'm trying to do more.
yeah, and I was listening to you guys. So back
What's
to
up,
the
brother?
driving for dollars. First off,
Yeah.
man, my
Yeah.
guy, the people who drive for dollars, bro, get the deals. That's the
Yeah.
first
Yeah.
step. If you
Yeah.
can't drive for dollars, I'm telling
Yeah.
you, I would knock on doors.
Yeah.
I had one time where it was in Washington, so I was close. I
Yeah.
had called the seller up because the house was vacant. And I freaking got them on the phone and they said, yeah, there's squatters in my house. If you get them out, we
Yep.
can work out a deal. Bro,
Yes,
when I
sir.
tell you I went over there with a freaking bat and my concealed firearm, I
Come
was ready
on,
to
baby.
go. So
Yeah.
no one was there. We ended up getting them out and wholesaling the house. I mean, the bad thing was they wanted so much money that I was like
Yeah.
trying to convince them, like, this is what you sell on market. Like, I was doing the whole spill, ended up taking a $7,000 assignment. But, bro, driving for
Hey,
dollars
dude.
literally
Dude.
changed the game because when I
Yeah.
had that, it was like this works. So
Hmm.
ever since then, I think that was 2000, beginning of 2023, I made it my goal to take 200 sticky notes. Now I do it a lot less because I have so much going on with this.
Yeah.
200 sticky notes writing, I buy houses. If you're interested in selling this property, give me a call. And I'll place
Yeah.
it on 200 doors. I'll have a route based out from a county assessor's office list that I pulled. I'll have my route, have my deal machine. I'll be calling up the sellers if it's a really good one,
Yeah.
getting the
Yep.
family members. Bro, you got to do what
Yep.
you have to do.
Yep. Yeah,
You
you
have to
do.
do what you have to do.
Yeah. Driving for dollars is a big one, dude. That was my first deal, driving for dollars. Yeah.
Yeah. And
you know,
for the
talking
note,
about this got me thinking, right? Because what you just said, Hans, I gotta text Zach, right? Because we could definitely it wouldn't be our initial version, but as we're developing the tool, like down the road a couple months, we could definitely have the ability to like basically outline a GPS route where like we could pull a list and put it together so you could go drive for dollars and just track it.
Yeah.
I think we could do.
bro, We could do challenges on that. Whoever gets the
Yeah.
most doors, the most
Yeah.
contacts, I know the numbers like super well. Out of 200 sticky notes, I'll get 3 calls every single
Yeah.
time. It never fails. Even if
Yep.
it's like one person, maybe a deal, and then the other two are like, why the hell would you ever put a sticky note on my door? It's been this, and that. Then I'll add them to the follow up because they just told me they're in pain and they have a property. But
Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
man, that would be fire. We can have everyone driving for dollars doing a little competition.
Yeah,
That'd be
dude.
fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
And
That
for
sounds like
the
fun.
novations on your end,
Mhm.
man, I just started it at 2 o'clock. I was training some people. We are going over a novation pitch, how to add an extra $100,000 to your business with
Mhm.
just placing the cash offer and placing the novation next to each other. And what the best way to do it is this, my man Garrett, this offer, I don't even know if you would qualify for it,
Oh,
but I may be able, I may just that confusion right when you get that, bro. I'm telling you, when you pass that
Yeah.
off and one of us
Yeah.
come in and slam dunk it, bro, it is the easiest thing ever. I
Yeah.
literally got like two today,
Yeah.
two yesterday. Like it's
Well, the reason why that works so well is when you put like two items in front of somebody to choose from, they it's like a psychological thing where they kind of feel like they
exactly.
have no other option but to choose one, you know?
Either or close.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. I forgot what
Together.
that's called, but it's a psychological thing that I learned and when I was selling cars,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah. To
It's an
pitch two
either
different
or close.
things. Yep.
That's what they call it in the books, right?
Yeah.
Because in the gym we would present, and I talk about this a lot in some of our
Hmm.
old episodes. It's like presenting on the wholesaling side, and sales were like presenting a higher price and whatever.
Yeah.
Here we're presenting a disrespect, as Hans always says, disrespectfully low, like just stupid, dumb, low
Yeah.
starting point because they're like, oh my God, no way, I want that. And then you put the novation next to it, you're like, boom, and they're like, I'll take that one. I don't
Yeah,
want
that one's
that one.
better.
I'll take that one every time. And like
Hmm.
our average spread, I think we have Haley gave me the stats the other day. We have, I think, 35. Is that what I think Hans the other day I told you 30, you had a handful since I think we're at like 34
yeah,
or 35
Oh, nice.
novation
Damn.
contracts.
Yeah.
3 of them have been less than a $50,000 spread,
Yeah.
and some of them are like 6 figures, like
Yeah.
huge. So they're like great opportunities to make a
Yeah.
lot of money, and it helps the seller as well because like they're going to make more money. It's just all about the explanation of how we get it across to them, and we have a also they sign a POA, so like we have total control over the property to make sure that we're able to get it sold, protects
Yeah.
our butts and everything. Like, dude,
Hmm.
Novation definitely should connect with Hans at some point, like
Yeah.
offline.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm gonna be like JV with Hans, man. DM me
Yeah. Yeah.
novation, and I'm
Yep.
plugging you in. I just need to know how many people are on your team.
Yeah.
What's your operation looking like? How are you generating leads? And
Yeah.
I will tell you everything.
Y'all
But
seen the Karate Kid? How like the old guy's training the young guy, and like wax on, wax off. Hans is the young guy. I'm the old
Yeah.
guy. So
Nice.
Hans goes
Yeah.
and kicks everybody's ass
Cool.
with
Yeah,
bro,
it.
that's cool, man.
I'm telling you, collaboration is the best thing ever, best thing that ever happened to me. And that's why I'm so like, if you wholesale and you don't have this, like, if you're not doing this opportunity, like, bro,
Yeah.
it changed my life. I was
Yeah.
only doing cash deals. I was
Yeah.
only able to maybe make 50 grand a month.
Yeah.
This, like, bro, like, my family's tripping out with the checks we got coming from the
Yeah.
collaboration of JVing with the
Yeah.
novation side that we have
Yeah.
because he had brought in someone that already was the best in the world at it. They already got
Yeah.
hundreds of closings and millions of dollars. So
Yeah.
it's like, why not team up and partner with them? So this is
Yeah,
going to be
Absolutely.
absolutely.
a continuous thing down the road. We'll, soon have everyone making hundreds of
What's your
thousands
goals,
added to
Juan?
their
Yeah.
business.
What's
Yeah,
your
for
goals
sure.
with your business? What are the next steps for you as you look forward?
My goal, so I've got like an ultimate goal, but like this year, my goal is to find a way to get to 5 deals a month
Oh, okay.
consistently. That's the goal right now, but the ultimate goal is to get to 50 deals a month and to actually scale a real business doing this. So
I
that's the
bet
goal.
I would put literal dollar bills on the fact that if
Yeah.
you spend the next 30 days with Dealmakers Academy, you'll do 5
Yeah.
contracts. I will
Yeah.
put on everything that I have.
Yeah.
Hans, how many contracts has your
I
Darius,
sent 5 yesterday.
come
I
on,
sent
bro.
like 5 yesterday.
Come
So
on.
At first, I was aiming
Yeah.
for one a day, but I was setting myself low.
Yeah.
I
We're at
spoke with my man.
27 contract month to date right now. We're averaging just under 3 contracts a day from the community.
Yeah.
And each of our head coaches will roughly do around 25 to 35 contracts this month. So, like,
Yeah.
if your goal is to scale, what we'll help people do is connect all the dots, right? So, learn
Yeah.
how to generate leads. We obviously teach a whole lot of cold outreach. So, teach people how to generate cold leads or like warm leads through cold outreach. We also
Hmm.
do a lot of advertising and stuff too. So, like, if your
Yeah.
goal is to scale, this is what we
Yeah.
really design things for, so that we can help.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I would love to see. And we also right now are in the middle of actually this is a cool kind of thing to talk about for a bit is our March Madness competition. So everybody
Yeah.
talks about March Madness with the NCAA and everything. I'm like, as a marketer, I'm like, oh, I've got to capitalize on this thing. So we put together our March Madness competition and like basically incentivizing people to do certain actions like generating leads and closing
Yeah.
deals. Every Saturday this month, we are doing a blitz, which I'm curious as we talk this out a little bit, Hans. Maybe we make one of these blitzes this week or this month a driving for dollars day instead of a virtual blitz. What if we get everybody out in their local city? We get everybody a list. They all go drive for dollars, get the lead set up. We can still bring in our closers. Our closers can still call them and close it virtually, but the lead generators get out and like they track how many doors they knock. We'll give them points. We'll give them 1 point per door that they knock. And I like the sounds of this as we spit this out. What do you think?
Yeah. That's pretty
Yeah,
cool. It's
yeah,
pretty
because
cool.
I'm telling you, man, the driving for dollars, like
Yeah, dude. You're gonna
that's
get.
it's the highest converting if
Yeah.
you're doing it consistently. Like you can call a list all day and try to run into one of those in the
Yeah.
month. But like if you're driving for dollars, dude, first off, you drove to their freaking house. Second off, you
Yeah.
left a sticky note. Like they're gonna call
Yeah.
you. Or when you
Yeah.
call them, like, yeah, I just drove by. Last week I left a sticky note. I just bought 2 properties down the street. I'm just really interested in it because it's just been sitting there collecting dust. Is this something
Hmm.
you want to take care of? Or, let me
Yeah.
know. You
Yeah.
just, you know what I mean? Bro, I'm
Hell
telling
yeah.
you.
Yeah. Yeah. Got to get it, man. We can just,
We
dude. That's a
have
good
more
idea.
fun with this than the. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I'm gonna I definitely so I bought like I just bought a whole bunch of those door hangers and with my name it says it's like big some yellow door hangers. It says we buy homes with cash money logos and stuff on it all over and with my information on the bottom and I just hang them up every time I see a door that's
I'm
vacant.
thinking. I'm thinking we draw up a fake check. It looks like a check. We slap the deal maker's wings on it, and we write "call me" on the check, and then we just tape it to people's door. What do you guys think? Looks looks like a check. We write it. We write an amount, and
Oh, that's nice. That's good. Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
where it gets real fun, Hans.
Yeah.
We write our actual offer, our cash offer on the thing. Like that's what we actually would offer them. Like just based off our
Yeah.
in math, our entry offer.
We could do
N-
that straight off lead
No
predictor,
slack.
like getting
Yeah.
the number and everything, just
Yeah.
minus the repairs and the wholesale fee out the number.
Yeah.
We could, yeah, that would be more callbacks actually. I never thought
Yeah.
about putting my offer on
So
there.
let's do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Let's do it the last Saturday of the month, so I have time to plan it. I'll get checks printed for everybody. Everybody that wants to sign up to do the in-person blitz the last day of this month, where we do a driving for dollars challenge, which will actually be cool because it'll be the last blitz of the month. So people that might be behind on points or whatever that are trying to win that MacBook, they can get out there and drive for dollars and just bang doors. We might just
Yeah.
do it whole weekend, maybe Saturday and Sunday, so people have time to go out there and get.
Yeah, Friday, Saturday, Sunday type thing.
Oh, all right. We're
Yeah.
gonna do it
Yeah.
this month, but also we're gonna make it a regular thing every month because it's a great way for people to get their first deals. And Hans, you'll
Mhm.
relate to this. It's incredible content, right? So if we're gonna go bang
Oh
doors,
yeah.
you also gotta like record yourself do it. You gotta like
Yeah.
talk to
Yeah.
people. You gotta get out there because
Yeah.
part of the reason why things grow for us, for me, and now it's starting even more so for Hans, is sharing constantly. Always putting your face out there, always putting your
Yeah.
voice out there, always
Yep.
being active. And especially when you're working with sellers in this kind of scenario, they're often going to have a pain point. They're going to have an urgent need to sell. There's going to be a reason why. You're going to hear a very deep story behind these things, and you can truly help people a lot when you're out there in person. On the phones,
Yeah.
what we do is a volume play. We're touching as many people as possible. When we get there, we do dig deeper. Hans, I know you do a great job. Daniel also does an incredible job. I only say that because I've got to, you guys don't know this, but I've got to spy a little bit the past couple days, right? Because I'm here in this house with Tyler. Tyler will be on the computer, and I get to just listen into some of the things. So like it's been cool to see some of those. And you guys are great at building that rapport over the phones as much as possible. But I'm talking when you're in person, and especially, especially like here's what I'll challenge you to do. If you're and we'll if somebody write this down, whoever out here, and we'll talk about this. One of our leaders will talk
Yeah.
about the meeting,
Yeah.
but when we do this actual in-person blitz, if we get somebody actual make contact and we're talking with them, we'll I will pay for lunch for them. So that person can go pick up lunch from wherever this person wants, bring back lunch, and we'll have a contract ready for them to review by the time they get back with lunch, and we'll sign contracts all day long. I'll cover
Yeah.
that.
Oh my, I'm putting this together right now.
I know if I say this, Hans will run with this. So this is
Yeah.
great. Do a lot with this.
Bro, because I'm
Nice.
telling you, like, I'm crazy with this shit because when they need to sell, they need to sell. Like the $200,000 deal. I had sent through the agreement. She said she was going to review it, blah, 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 blah. Yesterday morning, I drove to her house and told and knocked on the door. She didn't answer, but what I was going to do is, hey, I'm just in the neighborhood. We bought a house down the street, but I know we got that agreement to you and they've been trying to void it. They were saying you weren't interested because you didn't sign. Let's get this taken care of real fast. Do you have some time? Is your husband here? Let's get him on the phone. I'm telling you, man, you got to put your fingers on these people.
Yo,
Yeah.
I want to point out something. Some of y'all might have just seen this. Most of you probably overlooked it. What Hans just did with his tonality right there, it worked on me. I know he was just reading a script off, but he was like, they're trying to void it. And I was like, ah,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
no way. His tonality literally made you be like, what?
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna void it. Like that was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
I don't
I'm
know.
telling you, and I've gotten so experienced with talking to sellers. Like I had a 4 hour conversation. Imagine. So I met with the seller in person. We got in the car, got close and personal. First, we were talking outside. I'm like, hey, aren't you cold? And then I got her in the car. When I got her in the car and she sat down, in my head, I'm like, she's in a cell in Alcatraz. There's guards walking the floor. She is not
Yeah.
leaving this door until she
Yeah.
signs. So
Yeah.
my mom was up front. I was in the back with her. The only reason I bought my mom is because I wanted her to know like there is an escape. So look at my mom, and then that's when I'll know to take off the pressure. So every time she looked at my mom, I'll take off the pressure and re-explain the process in a tonality she'll love. And then I was back to hammering her down.
Yeah.
It's time to make your own decisions. Her family was trying to sail behind her back, put her in a random spot. I basically just told her like, how long you're the oldest, you're the mom. How long are you going to keep letting people make decisions for you? And
Yeah.
she's like, I want to start making decisions for myself. And I said, perfect. Here's the pin. This is where you sign. This is how we get your next life started. Then she'll go
Yeah.
back, an objection. Then I'll say something. And my mom is crazy. She is the best because she would solve the objections and say, no, 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 Miss, I forgot her name, Miss Patricia. When you sign with them, it's a done deal. They'll take care of this, and that. I was like, what?
Not moms as the
Nice. Yeah.
wingman. You
Yeah.
Yes.
have moms as the
Yeah.
wingman. Close the deal.
And then she signed. But it's like
Ha.
Wait, so
the
you got the
things,
paper signature? You got it?
yes.
Let's
Nice.
go.
So right now, Darren actually called me because he got a sight unseen offer. We're gonna have to
Yeah.
sell it sight unseen. She disappeared off the face of the earth. I'm guessing from the daughter turning off the phone and like trying to do the sale behind her back. But once you sign with us with that contract, it's over.
It's
Yeah.
word.
Yep. Good.
But yeah, man, I'm telling you, it's
Yeah.
talking to sellers all day. You got to be willing to not just be on the phone, but you have to be willing to go in person, put sticky notes. We're investors. And another thing, like I be giving people my personal sale. I'll wear the We Buy Houses and I'll see someone in Safeway. They'll say, oh, you buy houses? They don't even have to tell me they have a house. Soon as they say that, I'm like, yeah, where's your phone at? Let me give you my number. Like, you gotta be that guy. You have to be
Yeah.
that guy.
Always marketing. Yeah.
Always marketing, baby.
24/8.
Yes.
Yeah. All the time.
I need
So
a
is
deal
that
Planting
machine.
your
seeds.
primary channel for leads? Juan, is it driving for dollars or is it the VA? Like, what's your business look like currently? How are you currently doing those deals that you are doing?
So currently, most of those deals are coming from virtual assistant, like cold calling. And
Nice.
then another portion of that is just from like word of mouth and getting out there and engaging with, I mentor maybe a few other people, and those guys might be like my boots on ground in certain cities, and I'm helping them get deals and helping them close deals. They're bringing me the deals, and I'm able to find buyers to them. So, yeah.
You sound like you would fit in around what we got going on, man. That's pretty much
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was just about to say you
Yeah.
got virtual VAs. First off,
Yeah.
if you joined us, you would need to fire those VAs, bring on
Yeah.
guys who are doing the work with you.
Yeah.
We set you up with some warm leads that you can convert. You have them bring them to you, and then you
Hmm.
close them. And then you
Yeah.
dispo through us. We can novate, make the spreads juicy. Our
yeah.
TC takes care of making sure you get paid. Bro,
Yeah. Yeah.
you can get
Yeah.
5 deals a week
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. No kidding, dude. Yeah. I don't know if we could fire the VAs I got, bro. I like
You
them too
don't have to
much.
fire them. I know Han
Got to keep
said
them,
that.
bro. Got to keep them. Hey,
Yeah,
dude,
well,
they got to
that's what's
stay.
funny.
My
Like,
boy, my boy Sonny's in here right now watching this too. You better be careful, man.
well, so
Yeah.
it's not about fire them as much as it's about like take the leads that they're already generating. So here's let me just add clarity to it this way.
Yeah.
What I do specifically is teach people how to be a CEO, teach people how to be a true entrepreneur, a
Yeah.
leader of their own business, not an employee within their business, right? So
Right.
right now, I've spoken on the phone to 0 sellers this calendar
Yeah.
year, right?
Yeah.
0, not one. I've
Yeah.
signed every contract, and I take all of the risk on every deal.
Yeah.
They do the front side stuff. They generate the
Yeah.
lead. The coaches and closers help lock the deals up, and I get to help facilitate deals on the backside with dispositions and other stuff like that. So
Yeah.
actually, although right now a lot of what we do within the academy is targeted towards newbies that are looking for their first deal. The
Yeah.
next the growth of what we're doing now, which I haven't really rolled externally a lot, but you guys will hear more about soon, is for those that are more established, showing you how you can do more and make more on every deal that you do by partnering with us, even by making a smaller percentage of the deal. Overall, we're going to get larger spreads and we can prove it, right? And we can
Yeah.
do donations. And I have all the other pieces like capital, and we have early releases, which we started recently, where it's like, hey, if you're generating leads and we lock something under innovation, that's great, but it's going to take 90 days at least to get paid out on. So we do it early
Yeah.
with commission so that you can take that money and you can pay the VAs. You can run
Mhm.
pay. You can keep your marketing channels running. So that's really
Yeah.
what it's about, is like, how can we take wherever you want to generate leads, whether it's from VAs, whether it's from knocking on
Yeah.
doors, whether it's from running
Yeah.
paid advertising, does not matter where the lead comes from, but like, let's overall do more deals together. That's really what
Yeah.
it's about, you know?
Yeah. Yep. 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 That's the way. I mean, diversifying all those things is like the way I see getting to 5 deals a month. Really, that's how I see diversifying. So like getting paid ads, virtual assistants, text blasting, um, driving for dollars. Just a various amounts of everything.
Speaking
Yeah.
of text blasting, you guys know I've been getting hit with lots of advertising recently for like these. It's like the big player in the space is called Send Blue, where you can do like iPhone outreaches. So instead of coming across with a green message, it's like a blue bubble. So I as an entrepreneur, I learned early in my career that you got to do a lot of R&D, and that's replicate and duplicate, right? I'm a see what other people do, and I'm gonna build that shit, but I'm gonna do it better. So like I
Right.
see a lot of people doing this send blue stuff where you can send with blue messages. So it's interesting that you said text blasting, because it's something that we haven't talked about a lot recently, because some of the legality around it that was supposed to come that didn't come in January.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, you know what? With the blue messages, I feel like our response rate like dramatically would go higher. So we're gonna run a little test with this and do some
Yeah.
text blasting ourselves. Because to your point, diversifying your marketing strategy is the way to scale. A lot of people
Yeah.
are good at one thing and they'll do it, but there's a certain cap point, right? Where like spending more in this isn't equating to the output that you want it to, and so you need to diversify into other channels. So VAs are great, right? But as
Yeah.
someone who has had more than 300 call center agents over the years, what I can tell you is a cold outreach lead is going to have a longer conversion cycle every single time, all day long. Doesn't matter. You're going to talk to that. I remember when Hans first started jumping on the live streams, we would talk about 14 times. That's how many times you would talk about touching them, Hans. 14 follow-ups when it's coming from cold outreach, which is great. It keeps your pipeline full. It keeps you always having somebody to talk to. It keeps you being able to schedule deals out. So it's good to have that. But when you're looking for a faster conversion cycle, like, hey, I need to get cash in and out faster, paid advertising is definitely going to be the way to do it. Right
Yeah.
now, Aaron's team, not the academy teams, but the our actual acquisitions company, we have signed 3 contracts with less than $1,400 in ad spend. So we're like
Nice.
$370 cost per contract right now on paid advertising. So like similarly, like I knew that we weren't necessarily hitting a cap on the cold outreach and what we're doing, but in order for me to continue to grow at the scale that I want to, I knew we needed to add in paid advertising. So this is the
Yeah.
first spend that we've really done, at least this
Yeah.
year.
That's what I want to get into. Yeah.
So, if you're interested in that, let me know. I can either
Yeah.
connect with a guy or help facilitate something for you.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely. Heck yeah,
definitely
man.
faster
That's
conversion.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I'm gonna be. I'm so like the next steps right now is I'm getting ready to hire another virtual assistant and then make one full time and then make obviously get into paid ads. That's what's next. Yeah.
And another
Yeah.
one I'm interested in texting, or I said I'm interested in texting, but another one I'm interested in testing is direct mail, right? So this is one of the cool things
Oh,
about
me too. Yeah.
you guys all go do more deals and show that what we're doing is working. I get to do all the fun marketing stuff like testing, right? So like we can run small tests in certain markets. So especially on this call right now, like my brain is really spinning a lot on how we take all the virtual stuff that we do right now and bring it into physical locations and like target specific markets. And that could definitely be done with direct mail, followed by
Yeah.
I'm glad you said direct mail because Vena Jerbeck, I had connected with her. She's famous now, but she's a Washington realtor turned wholesaler. She sends 3,000 uh direct mail letters a month, and
Oh,
she's converting like 10 to 20 deals out of that.
that's
So
wild.
yeah, and it's
brother.
in a Seattle market that she is very close to. So it's like if I were to do direct mail in my area, psh, oh
Yeah,
my.
those are the things I will get into. Like that's coming up very soon. Yeah, that's how I plan on scaling is through direct mail, paid ads, everything else that I'm not doing right now. All right. Yeah.
Man, you are
Yeah.
about to hop in with us, do them
Yeah.
5 deals in the first week, and
Yeah.
then bro, I'm telling
Till
you,
we
man.
blow, wait till we
Dude,
blow.
I'm ready, man. I need to get some people around because really, dude, I have like no group of people that have like the same mindset as I do, you know?
Bro, you're preaching
Dude,
to the choir, bro. That was
brother.
me, bro.
Yeah. Dude,
When
I'm
I
out here
seen
just
this opportunity, I was like, oh my God, and I get to lead it? Are you kidding me?
yeah, yeah, that's
Like
dope. Dude,
being
that's the
around
dopest
good
thing.
people, grinders every single day
Yeah.
with your same mindset, bro.
Yeah.
You'll and then what's gonna happen is as you get pushed up from having all of us together, you're gonna have people under you following your future character that you're holding up.
Yeah.
And as long as you consistently improve every single day and get them 5 deals to 10 deals to 20 deals, you're going to have so much people working towards the same thing. And then you're going to have that one guy named, let's say, Juan, and he
Why
hops in and
Yeah.
says,
Yeah.
I've been driving for dollars. I've been doing this. I'm trying to get 3 deals a month. And then you can
Yeah.
tell
Yeah.
him, yo, this is who I found. This is the group I'm working with. This is who's under me. And this is how many deals I'm making.
That's the biggest thing right there, dude. Community, right? That's as we've been
Right.
putting together a lot of the backside structure of our business and like preparing to talk more to investors and other larger scale things that are coming, like all of the individual pieces of our business are great, right? So like doing wholesale deals, doing novation deals, that's great. Lending on the deals is great. All the marketing stuff, all of those things are great. But the thing that makes it all come together is community. It's all
Yeah.
the other people around that care about the same things and are uplifting each other, working towards the same goals and building off each other. Like
Yeah.
Saturday, just the other day, right? I was listening in over Tyler was on the computer with some of the other coaches, and actually I think it was the Blitz. So it was like 7 p.m. or something, 6:45, 7 p.m. on a Saturday night. They started the blitz at 1 p.m. There was still like 35 people in the virtual office doing deal reviews, making calls, setting up leads. I'm like, yo, y'all are still out here. I'm like moving shit and like getting stuff from the storage unit.
Yeah.
Like they're still calling. I'm like, yo, this is so cool for me to see behind the scenes as a leader. Like everybody out here working together towards the same goals. That's a true mastermind effect. And it's
Yeah.
continuing to work.
Yeah.
And so I love that we've got connected here over
Yeah. There's a lot of it, you know, I'm big on like mindset and like motivate, like not motivation, but like just mindset mastery, you know.
Yes.
I know a lot of people I know there's a lot of people who try to start wholesaling and then they end up not like getting anything, you know. There's a big sea of people that I like to say this, you know, a lot because I hear the term that wholesaling is saturated, but what's saturated is really people who try to wholesale. That's saturated. People who wholesale, that's completely different than the people who try to wholesale, you know.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. So that's where I'm at. Like I know that there's a lot of people out here that can use the help, and I extend my hand out to everybody who comes to me and asks for help. Oh my God,
Oh my God, bro. You sound
everybody.
like a head coach, man.
Yeah,
Bro,
there we go.
I've got like 3 people I'm kind of like mentoring right now. I've helped one guy bring his first deal to the table. Oh dude, I love doing this stuff because someone helped me for free, you know? I was taught for free and
Yes.
I just extend my hand out to everybody. You come to me and ask for help, God, yeah, I got you. Got you.
Love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And to your point, like what's really saturated is social media.
Yeah.
People see all the people that, to your point, want to try wholesaling. And so,
Hmm.
like, if you put it in perspective, Pace's free group, Creative Real Estate with Pace Morby, has like 150,000 members in it.
Oh yeah.
And like I would say 1% of them might be doing deals on a regular basis, you
Yep.
know?
Yep.
Pace's Sub 2 group has 15,000 people. And I
Yep.
would say less than 20% of them are doing deals on a regular basis.
Yeah, man. It's dude, a lot of these people, I think I said it earlier, but they get stuck in analysis paralysis, you know. They
Yeah.
just they crave over the deals, but they don't go out there and start doing anything. So that's the first thing I say when someone
Boom.
comes to me and asks for help. They say, "Hey, you know, I need the help. I've been researching and reading and I haven't come to a deal yet and I don't know why." And I'm like, "Well, what have you done? What are the actions you've taken
Oh
first of
my
all
God.
to get
I
to a
didn't
lead,
even
you
know
know?"
you were so dope when I saw your wins. I know the few people that
Yeah.
and so I saw that. I was like, this is great. Let's get him on. But like I know
Yeah.
Hans can see it too. I see the smile on Hans' face, like, bro, literally what you said here is basically the exact same thing that Hans went through when we first got connected. So
Yeah.
let's use this as an example point. Hans, how many deals did you do in the 90 days prior to us getting connected?
Bro, like I'd say like maybe 5 or 6,
Dang.
maybe a
Hey.
little more.
Yeah.
Now we are almost 90 days into this year. How
Yeah.
many contracts has your team done?
Bro, probably like
35.
30. Yeah. And I got like 5
Woo.
signed on the
Come
Blitz and
on.
then freaking got like 7 contracts out right now. And
Yeah,
then
dude.
I'm chasing hundreds of
By later
thousands
this year, by later this year, Hans's team will do 100 deals a month for sure. I
Oh
easily.
believe
yeah.
it.
Dude,
It's
I mean if oh dude, that's crazy, bro. Yeah, that's insane. And that's all Novation or is that just
yeah.
like mixed in?
All
It's
of it.
about right now. It's about probably our whole community averages around 35 to 40% novations, and the rest are currently cash deals.
Yeah.
Um, but I think that we'll start to pivot more and more towards novations as we
Yeah.
push forward.
Yeah, for sure.
But
Damn.
the
Yeah.
point, you can definitely get the 5 a month, brother. All you got to
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
is
Yeah. I
100%.
want to
Especially with
dude,
your
as soon
mindset,
as
bro. It's gonna happen like first week.
yeah, yeah,
I
the
can give you
sooner the
about 20
better.
students off the rip. We can give you about
Yeah.
20 people right now that need a direct deal coach and need help to get their first deal. We've had
Yeah.
150 people that have done some kind of paid membership, either $10 or 147, and only about a third of them, about 50 or so, have done a deal with us so far. So a
Yeah.
lot of people have come around, but to the point that you just made one, action taking is the most important thing.
That
Taking
is, yeah.
in the world and putting it into action. And the
Yep.
reason why people love me is because I don't give them any space for an excuse on why I
Yeah.
don't get down to work. Period.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
get after it all the time. It's the G money way, and everybody gets after it
Yeah.
around the same
Yeah.
way. So like if
Yeah.
you're willing to get in here and do the damn thing, the
Mhm.
results will come. Simple as that. It's
Yep.
proven for
Yep.
you, it's proven for us, and
Yep. I
every
say when I sold cars, I had a manager who used to tell me he used to, because I would just sit around and wait for ups. They called it the up bus, and I would just sit around and wait for the up bus to get there. He would come to me and he'd say, Juan, you need to understand that activity breeds activity. So like the more you start doing things, the more you start finding opportunities. They just come to you. They start attracting these deals. When you're working. Yeah. And
Bro,
stagnation, I was going to say this too, but stagnation, I see a lot of people will get stagnant in their in their jobs or when they're wholesaling or whatever, because maybe they're not getting a deal, they're working so hard and nothing's coming to close and nothing's working and they can't find nothing and they get stagnant, and they end up doom scrolling Facebook a whole lot. And then so what happens is I like to say this, that even water goes bad when it's still for too long. you know.
Mm.
So, dude, I thought of that yesterday actually. Even water goes bad when it's still for too long. Yeah, I put that down. Hey, dash one. That was me. Even water goes bad when it's still for too long, man. Don't get stagnant. You gotta keep moving. Keep on moving, dude. Oh man, it's so important.
crazy with enthusiastic attitude,
Yeah,
bringing your best self forward. I'm telling you, if I was
dude.
selling cars, I'd be the guy that's outside. Everyone's thinking I'm crazy, but I'd be
Yeah,
flipping the sign like, "Hey, come get your car.
yeah,
I'll serve you at the best ability." While everyone's
dude,
walking around acting like normal guys, I'm trying
bro.
to be that one. So like with wholesaling, well, with the servers, I was that guy. They're like, "Who the hell is this guy hosting events, telling people this, telling people that, telling them crazy stories?" Wholesaling, I'm the same way. I'm hopping out with these sellers like, "Yo, what's going on? You got
Yeah.
that house, man?"
Yeah, dude. The follow up too. The follow up has to be crucial. If your follow up game ain't crucial, bro, then that's probably where I made a lot of my deals was on the follow up. Because a lot of people tend to forget to set a follow up schedule, and if they do, they don't go by it, and they're not disciplined enough to follow it. But my VA, we're strong on that. We're strong on the follow up, man.
Mm,
There's this one guy we've been talking to in Kansas City. He's been dealing with tenants that have been problem tenants for like a year almost, bro. And he just got them evicted, and we're finally making some movement on it. Like, dude, finally.
Dude,
But no one else followed up with him. So like, we're the only ones who kept calling him and we got the deal now. So hey,
that's where the big bucks is made in the follow-ups. Because you
yep,
think like
yep,
like anything else in life, right? So like let's say you go out with your friends, right? And you go and you
hmm
try to just hook up with somebody and you go the first swing and the girl's like, "Yeah, let's go home." Like that was easy, right? That girl is considered
yeah,
easy, right? Nobody just wants to lay down and just take it so easily, right? Like
right,
make them work for it, right? So like if you're not willing to put in the work, you don't deserve to get the result. So
yeah,
follow
yeah,
up. And this is why the truth be told, when I was young, when I was Hans's age, right? When I was
yeah,
22, 23, 24 years old,
hmm
I was also a pretty little star, much like my man Hans is, right? And I
yeah,
able to smile and get what I wanted. And I really truly sharpened my sales skills by going out and talking to women, right? Like I would
yeah.
just like shoot shots, right?
Yeah, dude, it's pretty much sales. Like, yeah,
So you're
you
selling your
got you got a goal. Yeah,
you learn that like you have to work for it. You have to talk. You
yeah,
have to be able to rebuttal. You have to go back and like, oh, I got your number, but now I'm going to follow up a couple days later.
yeah.
And
Hey, follow up game, baby.
right now, caveat for those of you listening, this is a toxic way to act, and don't act like that, young man, because that's bad. But when I was young, man, I didn't have somebody to tell me that, so like this is the game
Yeah,
I played. That same mindset applies here in follow up of leads, right?
yeah,
If you're lead, you'll follow up. You'll text her a
yeah,
couple days. You'll call the lead again. You'll keep doing the thing, right? And that's how you
uh-huh.
win.
but if you text her too quick, she'll think you're
Yeah,
thirsty and she'll be
dude.
wanting to run away from your offer. But if you give her a little
Right.
bit of time and you hit it in this way, she'll look at the offer and be like, "Oh
Yeah.
shoot, this guy means business."
Baby
Yep.
voice by Gary
Damn.
coming soon. There you go. How about that?
Damn. That's what I mean. That's true. Yeah.
There we
Gosh, that's good, dude.
go. Juan, as we approach
Yeah.
the 1 hour marker here, man, I think you kind of already touched on it a little bit. Normally, I ask people like, what's the one key takeaway you would want to give people? You touched on a few of them there, but is there anything you want to expand on to leave people with?
So one thing I'll let everybody, I know there's probably some people in here who maybe is there people in here who haven't gotten a deal yet, maybe?
There's a lot, I'm sure.
Guys, you got to keep moving on it. I know that it sucks that maybe you're working so hard and you're not getting anything and it just feels like no traction's coming, but I promise you, everybody always ends up giving up before the breakthrough happens. Right before the breakthrough. I promise. I thought I would never there was a period in time where I went like 2 months, 3 months without getting a deal. And I thought that was it, dude. I was like, bro, oh man, this is it. Like I'm it. I'm throwing in the flag, dude. But I just put on my selling shoes and I just kept working, bro. And like, boom, a week later, boom, we had 3 assigned contracts, just like that. I mean, money moves fast. Your circumstances can change as long as you keep working. They won't change if you don't work. So you have to keep working. You have to keep going. You have to keep going. I know it sucks working for no pay, but the price, here's a good one. The price of not locking in will cost you the rest of your life clocking in.
Ooh, my
Come
man,
on, baby. Come
ooh,
on.
my man's got
Come
the
on.
one-liners. Let's go. That's
Yeah. Dude, that's a good one.
well,
That's my biggest one, dude. Yeah.
that's so true, man. It's so true. And like to build off that as we tie up, like the hard times, this is something, a mindset that I've tried, not tried to this point, I've fully implemented in my life, but I strive to put in front of others to consider at least, is that
Yeah.
when it gets hard is when you should know that it's getting good, right? So
Yeah.
when you are like, think about a rubber band, like, or a slingshot, right? If I'm going to shoot something that way and I want to go up, I got to first pull it back and create
Yep.
incredible resistance. If
Yep.
think about the resistance as pain, right? You're going through pain as you're coming backwards. Eventually,
Mm-hmm.
that will release, and so
Yep.
right. And so you
Yep.
have to be able to sit in the pain of whatever that is, whatever that resistance is in your life. For a lot of new wholesalers, that's I'm fucking broke and I can't pay my bills and I got
Yep.
what I'm gonna do.
Yep.
Sitting in this flame of trying to figure that out. You have to be able
Mm-hmm.
to sit in that resistance and understand, like, yes, this is hard now, but I'm not doing it for now. I'm doing it for the result that comes. Because
Yep.
exactly what you just said, you will win by outlasting your competition, not by being smart,
Yeah.
not by being more talented than, but by outlasting your competition. Simple as that. If you can do it
Yeah.
longer, you will win.
That's
That's
true.
we can mic drop on that one. Like that's what it
Yeah. Boom.
right
Took
there.
Dude.
me a year and 8 months from finding out about wholesaling to get my first deal. And the only reason was because I
Wow.
didn't start. I got
Yeah.
my deal 4 months after taking action. Like, what the hell was I
Yeah.
doing?
Right. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now we help students get their first deal their very first day, like Angela did, or within their first week, like many students have. Like,
Mm-hmm.
well, let's see, who was it? Jeff Snare got 2 deals locked up within his first 7 days of being in the academy. So like now we get to take all that experience of all that stuff and help other people do it faster. So that's why I love what we
Yep.
Juan,
Yeah, dude.
we definitely got to connect soon and talk about
Yeah.
how
Cool.
nothing else help
Yeah.
maximize patients, but definitely help you build a
Yeah.
team.
And
Those five.
to my people in here that also haven't scored a deal yet, I don't know who needs to hear this, but I feel like someone needs to hear this. Time is not against you. You
Mm,
have plenty of time. Quit lying to yourself, please,
mm.
because that's going to cost you clocking in. Like I said, the rest of your life. Just you had the time. You just have. It's a priority issue. It's not a time issue.
Yep.
I find that for most people that I mentor too, they tell themselves, "Oh, I don't got time. I don't got time," and I tell them, "Hey, you got time, dude. Just find where you need to put it and then put it there." Yeah,
We have quite a bit of training coming
got
on
you, Carl. Mine.
management and all of those things for sure. So, Juan,
Yeah,
thank you so much, man, for your time
I
and
got
shit.
you, brother. Thank you, guys. Yeah.
Definitely appreciate it. We'll be dropping a clipped up edited version here on YouTube and stuff. We'll get you the promo things. Other than that,
Cool.
everybody else, we still got daylight outside. We got
Dude,
time to
it's
get
nice outside here in Missouri, dude. This is the first 70 degree day in so long, bro.
Ooh,
I was outside with my bare feet in the ground for the first time in 3 months. Come
the
on.
sun's out there. Everybody's smiling. We got to get these sellers
Yeah,
on
dude.
the
Yeah,
signatures.
we're hopping in the office right now.
Let's
Get it.
go,
So
baby.
let's run it.
Yeah, I got it. Let's get to work. Cool.